Hello, Dr. Gonzalez. This is Mouhamad Adel Hanbali, and this is my presentation for assignment number 4, exercise 1 and 3 for the course of service marketing. So the outline for my presentation will be answering the questions for the two exercises we have. The first exercise related to the positioning exercise, and the second exercise is a customer satisfaction exercise. So starting with the first exercise, which is the positioning exercise, we have a data collected from 20 users of a website called Cafe Mom. We recorded the age of the users, the number of children each user has, the number of posts each user has posted, and the number of site visits each user has visited. Our goal in this exercise is to see which target market would be the best. So the first question was to calculate the age range and the mean age of Cafe Mom users based on the sample. So first of all, to calculate the age range, I took the maximum age, which is 55 over here, and the minimum age, which is 21, the first customer, and the difference was 34, that is the age range. Second, I calculated the age mean through Excel using the function of average, and it turned out to be 36.4 years. So the second question was calculate the number of site visits made by the number of children each user has. Does there appear to be a pattern? So this is the pivot table that I made on Excel. The total number of site visits for all users having one child in the sample was 362. For 2 children, 366, for 3 children, 94, and for 4 children, 10 visits. So we can say that there seems to be a pattern. The less children a mother had, the more she can visit the websites. That is a first hypothesis based on the results of the pivot table. Now the third question was to calculate the correlation between the number of site posts and visits to the website. Is the correlation significant, and is the correlation negative or positive? So here again I use the function of correlation on Excel, and it turned out to be the correlation between the number of site posts and site visits is 0.78, which is a significant correlation. It is a positive correlation, meaning that the more site posts the customer has, the more he tends to visit the website. The last question is to calculate the correlation between the number of children a user has and the number of site posts and visits to the website made. Are the correlation significant, and are the correlation positive and negative? So again, using the function of correlation on Xsite, the correlation between the number of children and the number of site posts is minus 0.59, whereas the correlation between the number of children and the number of site posts is minus 0.62. We see that both correlations are negative and both correlations are significant, which means that the less children the user has, the more she tends to post and visit the websites. So conclusion, first we need to know that our goal in this exercise was to target the right audience, and for Cafe Mom the goal is to have more traffic on the website, more posts and more visits. So based on the results we have, we can conclude that the more children leads to less posts and site visits, which I believe is related to time, because the more children the mother has, the less time she has to visit the website and post. So we need to have more traffic on the website and more posts, we need to target users that have one child. I thought that maybe also we can target a specific age. So based on the sample, I did a correlation between the age and the number of children, but it turned out to be 0.19 only. So age doesn't seem like a significant factor. So we should not focus our targeting on age, depending on the number of children. The targeting should be only on the number of children. That was it for the first exercise. Now moving on to the second exercise. The exercise is about customer satisfaction. And here we also collected data from 20 customers using a certain wireless phone service. We registered the overall satisfaction of each customer, the switching cost for each customer, and the retention, meaning how many months the customer had stayed with the firm. So the first question was to calculate the correlation between switching cost and retention. Does it indicate that higher switching costs are associated with customers' duration with the firm? So using the Excel correlation function, the correlation between switching cost and retention is 0.95, which is a very significant correlation. And indeed, it indicates that switching costs, the higher the switching costs are, the longer duration the customer will stay with the firm. So in the second part of the exercise, we had to do a linear regression model, and this is the output that I got on Excel. So the first question of the second part was to what is the adjusted R-square in the model? Does it indicate that the satisfaction and switching cost explain customer retention? So the R-square, which is this one, the adjusted R-square is 0.78. 0.78 indicates that satisfaction and switching cost account for at least 78% of the number of months customers remained with the firm, meaning that those two factors have an effect that is around 78% on the number of months the customer remained with the firm. So the second question was, according to your model, how many additional months of retention will one satisfaction point bring a wireless provider? So here we look at this coefficient of x variable 1, that is the one for a satisfaction, and it is 3 approximately. So we can conclude that this indicates that one satisfaction point will lead to 3 additional months of retention. Last question was to predict how long a customer will remain with a wireless provider based on a specific satisfaction score of 5 and switching cost of 100. So based on the model, the equation is the following: minus 4.7 plus x1, which is the first variable, times 3.03 plus x2, the second variable, that is 0.15. This is this is the variable of the satisfaction score, and this is the variable of the switching cost. So we just replace x1 by 5 and x2 by 100, and we have the following result. Y will be equal to 25.69. So we can conclude that a customer with a satisfaction score of 5 and switching cost of $100 will be retained for approximately 25 months and 20 days with the firm. So here we can just conclude that if we want to have higher retention, if we want to have higher retention, we need to focus on the customer satisfaction, because in fact the customer satisfaction has a much higher effect on the final retention result than the switching cost. Of course, both are important, but the overall satisfaction is more important. So basically that was it. Thank you, doctor, for taking your time listening to my presentation. I hope it was clear. Thank you.